Should have bought one of those helmets and had the lights on it.
Oh, hey.
Try to.
Yeah, Mom.
Go ahead. Keep going.
You can't breathe?
I don't mind, ask mine.
Oh, no.
Other people say that makes me feel that way. It's cool air. Fresh air. Perfect.
All right, let's try that again. Is everybody still feeling okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, good, very good. Now let's talk about how water's impacted the cave. Are there anything that you saw along the way that might have been the result of water, or how water has impacted the cave?
Water formed the cave.
Water formed the cave, absolutely. That's definitely a big impact. Anything in this room in particular? Yeah, the boxwork, absolutely. What's this stuff here on the ceiling? This is called boxwork. And Wind Cave has 95% of the world's known boxwork. So it's very unusual, very unique formation. Let me talk to you about how this formed and how the cave formed. The rock that is surrounding you right now is called limestone. That limestone rock was one solid piece of rock. And now inside of that limestone rock there are internal pressures. Think of those pressures as kind of like a sponge. As water was moving through the rock, it would hit those pressures and it would expand those pressures like sponge does when it gets wet. Now, when it expanded, of course, little cracks would form. Now you had water mixing with carbon up on the surface, coming down through the rock and dissolving a tiny portion of the rock away, dissolving a mineral called calcite, and moving that calcite with that water and carbonic acid. Now what it did is it filled in those cracks. And it crystallized or hardened, and that's what formed the fins that you see here on the ceiling. Now keep in mind, solid piece of rock, cracks, they were filled in with calcite. You have no cave yet. This boxwork is older than the cave. Much later you have uplift of the Black Hills. All of that pressure coming up through the rock caused it to crack. Large cracks, cracks large enough for you to walk through. Well, you also had water come in and pool inside of the now cave. That water sat still, very stagnant, for a long time. And just like if we sit still too long, we get bored, so did that water. It started eating away the passageways, making them larger. It also ate away around and inside of those fins to expose the fins that you see here. Now, had this cave formed like most other caves?
No.
touch number 41. I told you I'd show you an example. That's what happens when people touch the cave. Now think back to the area. It's a low spot, a darker spot. Your instinct is to reach out and touch it. Sometimes it's just a habit that we want to reach out and touch something to gain our balance. And that's what happened. Now, over time, this cave has had or seen 6 million visitors so far. So one person touching a rock is not going to make a big impact. But over time, since 1903, people have been touching that rock, and that's what's worn away that paint in that 41. Now look around this room. Anything that you notice that's unnatural or how humans have impacted? Yeah, what do you think?
That line there?
Yeah, you see a line that's related to the survey markers. It's the same orange number. There's a number inside of this room. Yep, a 42. Any other impacts? You think it's a garbage can? Yeah. Yeah. The cement. Yeah. Anything else?
The lighting.
The lights, absolutely. So let's get things a little bit more natural, and we'll turn those lights off. So those lights, getting prepared for this, I need you guys to help me out. I want no other lights on. So if you have a digital camera or a flashlight that's emitting even a tiny little dot of light, I need you to.
No, box work. They're called Pop-Tarts.
We go straight.
There's actually microphones listening to it. So weird. It's just like, oh, it's cool.
Detached and how or why is there stratification happening at all?
Nailhead. Where? This. What? It's just like another passage.
They cemented this whole thing. Yeah. Oh, go in there, you do?
What's that?
Actually, she said explicitly not to go in this room.
Oh, there you go.